karanjetlilive.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today in this video we are going to discuss page or cache replacement algorithms. Okay, so guys, what is page replacement? So in this lecture or in this video we will discuss what is page replacement and how it works. Okay, and what are the different algos which are used for the page replacement. So guys, what is page or cache replacement? Now all of you know, in your computer system we have a one small but very fast memory called as cache memory. Okay, and all the frequently needed data which the CPU needs again and again or frequently is stored in the cache memory. And as compared to cache memory, we have something called as main memory. So main memory is comparatively bigger than the cache, but it is slower. So we call it as main memory. Okay, now guys, the cache memory is divided into something called as frames. And main memory is divided into pages. So whatever the page is needed, whenever CPU needs or the operating system needs any page, so we check it in the cache first. If that page is in the cache, then we call it as hit. If that page is not in the cache, then we call it as miss. So whenever there is a miss, then we have a situation called as page fault. We call it as page fault. Now to explain this, suppose these are the pages in my cache A, B, C, D, and there are some pages in the main memory, for example B, C, E, F, G. Now guys, if CPU needs page B, it is already in the cache, then what we call it? We call it as hit. Now in case CPU needs page F, now the page F is not in the cache. It is not in the cache. Then we call it as miss. And this situation, whenever there is a miss, then the situation which comes is called as page fault. What is page fault? Page fault says CPU needs some page, it checked the cache and that page is not in the cache. Okay, so we call it as page fault. Now what we want? We must bring page F from the main memory to cache. Now guys, if you look at our cache is already full. We have A, B, C, D. Already it is there in the cache. So we do not have space to put page F in the cache. Now what do we do? Since our cache is full, but there is a page fault, we need to bring F to the cache. So to bring F to the cache, we need to remove one of these pages. Now which page we should replace in the cache so that we can bring in the new page? That is called as cache replacement. That thing is called as cache replacement, or we also call it as page replacement. So what is page replacement? Our cache is full, CPU needs one page which is not in the cache. So we must bring that page from the memory to the cache memory. Now in the cache memory, which page I should replace it with? That thing is called as page replacement. Okay, and to select the page which we want to replace or which we should replace, so there are three approaches in that. We call it as, I'll write it here, FIFO, first in, first out, LRU, least recently used, and we have optimal page replacement. Now guys, in the next lectures we will discuss each and every algo in detail with the help of example. So I hope till now what is page replacement is clear to you. So for the algos, page replacement algo, FIFO LRU optimal, stay tuned.